Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of my series, Untitled Town Project. In this episode, I'll be creating a character creation customization system. In the last episode, I sort of showed off a GUI based one that I started working on, but this episode I kind of scrapped that and started working on a whole new one. You'll see. I think it's better. It's also just made it a lot easier for me to make, but I think it still turned out pretty nice. So yeah, I'll walk you guys through the process and tell you how it all went and all the annoying stuff I had to deal with and whatever, just watch the goddamn video, dude. So the first thing I needed to do here was actually make the appearance of the avatar load, as since I'm doing my own custom one, it's not gonna just do it itself. I have to actually make it work, obviously. But yeah, I was trying to script it here and immediately ran into a problem where it just would not trigger the script. But thankfully that was fixed just by moving some lines of code down, which was weird, but it's basically what happens all the time with coding, so just get used to it. Anyways, I got it working after some time, and now you could change the body colors as well as the body type, so that was good. The next thing I needed to do was make it so the clothes load onto the avatar, aka the shirt and the pants. And this was surprisingly easy, and I got it working pretty quickly, as you can see in the footage. Of course, I also got it working when changing clothes. It actually changes to it, of course. And lastly, I just needed to get the hair working, and also the color of the hair. Also the facial hair too. They're both kind of come together. They're both the same color and stuff. Regardless of that, this whole process of getting the hair working was a pain in the ass. For some reason, the hair just would not attach to the character, but thankfully I found a fix for that on the internet and just went with that, and it seems to work pretty perfectly now. Now that the scripts that actually loaded your character were done, it was time to start making the room where you customize your character, for the start of the game at least. Of course, this is just the room that you're gonna spawn in on and make your character. First thing I made was the body color picker, which, I mean, it's pretty simple, but it works decently well. Next thing I added was the actual body picker, and this also worked pretty well. I mean, it was pretty simple to make, so the next thing I did was just sort of decorate the place a little, as well as start working on the clothing part, which lets you select your shirts and pants. And this is a part I had a little bit of a problem with because, well, for some reason the proximity prompts just were not showing up at all, so I had to figure that out, but eventually I did. The problem was that I guess the bodies didn't have heads, so for some reason that prevented it from working. I don't know, but eventually I got it to work. So also, I thought I should mention that overall this footage was about 5 hours, and I'm cutting it down just into a few minutes for you guys. I try not to cut out too much, but I don't want to leave too much in either, because I simply just, I just want to show you guys all the basics of what I'm doing, and I don't want to I'm not making it a walkthrough on how to make a game. I'm just making it a series, showing how I made this game and how everything went and all the progress I make and stuff. So if you guys would want to see more stuff, like, me coding and me talking about things in my code and actual building stuff and whatever else, just let me know. I haven't done editing in a long time, so it's not the best right now. I apologize, but I'm gonna do my best to get better with it. I'm also not used to editing down so many hours of footage, I guess. So if it's kind of shaky and stuff and just weirdly paced, that's why, because I never really edit things down that are this long. Anyways, as you can see, the next thing I'm working on is the hairstyles and the facial hair, as well as the color palette for all the hairstyles and stuff, which, despite all the effort I had to go through to get the hair working and actually make everything look good, this part wasn't as bad. It was decently easy. So the one thing I didn't add to my code before was the hair color changing, and I had a bit of an issue with this because the saving and loading for all the data is sort of weird and doesn't let me save color values, so I can only save it into a string value, and I just had a bunch of trouble with that, mostly on my part, because I missed a part in the code to change, and I tried doing a bunch of different stuff, instead of just actually looking. So That's my bad, okay? I always assume it's Roblox's fault, but it is mine sometimes, so yeah. Anyways, the next thing I did was add the facial hairs as well as the hair colors, and this process was decently streamlined, pretty easy. The next thing I had to do after that was actually just make them function so you could change into them, and yeah. I think it all looked pretty nice though. I think this whole I think this whole customer character oh my god! I think this whole I think this whole character customization system is pretty good because despite there at the start only being a few options to pick from in terms of shirts and pants and hairstyles and stuff, there's a lot of combinations, and I think it's pretty cool. Not to mention that down the line, I'm going to be adding a lot more hairstyles, a lot more clothing in stores, like a lot more clothing. And also maybe more body colors, maybe more body types, but I don't know about that. I may just keep the 5 that I have there right now. I'll have to see about it. But yeah, all in all, I think the whole system has been looking pretty good so far, and I'm quite proud of it. The last thing there was to do was actually make the whole process of starting the game and making your character come together so that when you come into the game and you haven't already made your avatar, it puts you in the character creator, and if you have made your avatar already, it doesn't. After setting up all the code, I got it to work pretty decently, and oh wait, this is the wrong foot. Anyways, here you can see now that I actually did get it to work, and once you press the button to finish creating your character, it just sends you back to spawn. I did have some problems with this whole thing because for some reason whenever you reset your character, it would not put you back in the character creator even if you hadn't made your character already. But I just decided to disable the reset button as a really stupid solution to this. So yeah, anyways, now that it's done, let's take a look at how it all works. And yeah, that's about it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'm just kidding. Roblox actually went down yesterday, and I lost some of my progress. So I had to go back and do a bunch of it all over again. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration. I didn't lose that much progress. Mostly just the button where you finish creating your character. Also the mechanics for, actually getting into the character creator. So I just remade some of those, and honestly, this was okay because not only did I manage to remake it pretty well, but I also made the lobby, the character creation room look a bit better, and I also fixed the issue where whenever you'd reset it wouldn't put you in the character creator, so hey, I'll take it. Anyways, now that the video is actually done, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe. If you didn't like the video, get the fuck out of here! And yeah, I hope to see you guys next episode where I will be making something, and yeah, peace.